Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is W.T.F. Nation Radio.
Running from the pain in my heart. Into the arms of another, and for a while she made me feel alright. But in a crazy blunder, your love took me back under. Now I'm tied to those shackles and chains. Said don't cry for me, stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. It took me to unwind, and now I'm right back from where it began. How old will I be when you finally set me free, and the sun shines on my heart again? Said don't cry for me, sweet Annalie. You know you're the keeper of my stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart.
Come on out, 1965, them boys were called upon. Some fist-fighting cowboys in them jungles of Vietnam. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Yeah, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double-cross me. 19 years old, doing the bidding for Uncle Sam. Desert boots strapped on my feet, machine gun in my head. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Come on now. Strapped across my vest, 800 more, and I'm gonna pluck one in your chest. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Oh, 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 Don't you never. I'm a mean motherfucker, so don't you never double cross me.
Wear a condom. We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Radar. What's going on, man? Ladies, gentlemen, thanks for being here tonight. I hit my button, so that's cool. Hey, I really want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I know it's kind of been crazy around here, and I really do appreciate everyone being here tonight and hanging out. And we'll kind of keep it fun and lighthearted tonight. Kind of shoot some shit, whatever, hang out. Yeah. I promised everybody some hobby night stuff, so we'll work on that. We'll have our little hobby night. We'll talk about some stuff. So far, only Gary sent me stuff in. I got my stuff because I do me, but I don't have a lot of stuff from people. So, anyone still waiting on an order of March for tomorrow's training like we are? Holy shit, Josh! Seriously? And that shit pops off in like 6 hours. You want to tell us what's up? No? All right, tight. Get a packing list? Nah. Just take some shit. Take whatever you want, dude. Fuck. Grab a cooler. Throw some beers in it and fucking go. What kind of training? Or do you not even know that? Like, you're supposed to have like a range day or some shit? Or what? You go in the field or some shit and you still know? Fuck, dude. I'm glad to see the Army ain't changed. Last minute no info. Fuck it. When I was in college, we had a rule that if a professor was 15 minutes late or more, class was canceled. I feel like the Army should have the same program. If you don't have a fucking training schedule by like noon the day before, shit's canceled. It should be fucking at least 30 days in advance. There's no some emergency shit. Driver's training tomorrow. And you don't have a packing list or an order march or anything. Jesus Christ. That makes sense. It fucking makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, we had a little epiphany with that. So the whole reason, where's TZ at? She's dealing with some personal stuff, so she's handling that. She's got a lot going on right now. Anyway, back to the story. Hey Heath, what's going on, man? But anyway, this whole thing started because of shit leadership. And for a long time, every leader fucking basically from E6 up was like, nah, whatever we do, we can't end up on WTF Moments. I'm glad to see that's changed. I'm glad to see that, like, fuck it. Training schedule? Fuck a training schedule. You don't need all that. We don't know why people are getting out. Hey, at least there's no fucking books in the library about black people or women anymore, so there's that. Congratulations. Fuck, dude. Anyway. Back to the story. I was looking at something. Anyway. Yeah, dude, this has been crazy around here the last couple weeks, isn't it? So I have summertime's coming up for everybody. I think summer started for some people already. Fuck. Some people were saying earlier in it's like already like triple digits down in Texas already, and oh man, that sucks, dude. I think it's all started. What's up, Keith? How you doing, man? It just feels like fucking weird already this year, doesn't it? And my Texas people complaining. I bet. Just left, right? It's always better when you just get the fuck out of there. It's always so much better when you get the fuck out of there, right? Yeah, fuck that place, dude. Actually, I talk shit. I was stationed in Fort Worth, and that was one of my favorite places to be stationed. Dallas Fort Worth area was cool as fuck. It was hot, but I mean, I was so chill. I loved it up there. I loved it there. And there's been several times in my life where I've contemplated moving back. Can't wait till people here in Virginia start talking crap about something, right? Yeah. Well, yeah. And they're like, oh my God, it's so fucking here, dude. Here. I live in South Dakota now, right? And it was like 91 yesterday, and people were like, oh my God, it's so hot. I'm like, you don't even know hot. You just sip it. And then today it was like 50. I'm back to that, so. Oh, Saginaw. Dude, I fucking love Saginaw. Saginaw was a cool town. I lived in White Settlement. I was stationed at the old Carswell Air Force Base there in Westworth. I lived in White Settlement. It was cool. He said it's 95 with 80% humidity already. Yeah, fuck that, dude. That's hot. That's getting there. That's getting there. That's getting there. But I mean, what do you do? What do you do with that heat? You know what I mean? Like, you just got to deal with it, I guess. Just deal with it. You just suck it up. Because it doesn't make it any better to, well, I wish there was a scientific study. I wish there was a way to scientifically tell if it actually helps to bitch about it. Because I'm a bitch about it, but it don't make you feel any better. But sometimes it does. Sometimes it just feels good to get that shit off your chest, right? Be like, man, it's so fucking hot. Like, you just want to, like, or I'm so hungry. Like, yeah, bitch, you know you're hungry, go eat. But sometimes when you say that, like, it makes you feel a little bit cooler for just a, it's so hot. Yes. It helps you kind of relieve that. So I wish there was, like, some way scientifically where you could, like, measure it. Not just be like, made me feel better to fucking say it, though. Like, to actually, if it does make a difference, I don't know. The brain's a weird thing, dude. Yeah, people sure like to bitch. And here's the thing, though, because, like, it's never right. If you put 100 people in a room, it's never the right temperature. Some people are going to be hot. Some people are going to be cold. It's never going to be in the right place. Oh, Phil just sent me a thing. A Newsweek article. Fuck. Former National Guardsman arrested for ISIS terror attack plot on Army base. Amar Abdulmajid Mohammed Saeed, a 19-year-old Michigan man, was arrested Tuesday after allegedly plotting a mass shooting at an Army facility in suburban Detroit on behalf of the Islamic State group, federal authorities said. The suspect, a former member of the Michigan Army National Guard, is accused of planning the attack on the Army's Tank and Automotive and Armaments Command in Warren, also known as the Detroit Arsenal. According to court documents, the man unknowingly conspired with two undercover FBI agents for months, sharing handwritten diagrams of the military site, proposing an assault involving Molotov cocktails and assault-style weapons. The FBI said he was arrested shortly after launching a drone to conduct surveillance of the target. The suspect has been on the FBI's terror radar since last year when he expressed to an undercover agent his long-standing desire to engage in a violent jihad in the U.S. or abroad. A secret search of his phone in July conducted after he handed it over to National Guard personnel before a flight uncovered ISIS flags and jihadist references, officials said. He started him to provide material support to a terrorist organization distributing information on the use of destructive devices. He is scheduled to appear in federal court in Detroit on Wednesday afternoon. Wow. Wow. I also want to know, how is he 19 and a former? How did he get kicked out of the Guard and, like, dude can only been like 6 months or something? Just fuck it. Must went AWOL or something. Huh. Yeah, that guy is pretty fucked. U.S. Attorney Jerome Jorgen Jr. said in a statement, helping ISIS or any other terrorist organization prepare or carry out acts of violence is not only a reprehensible crime, is a threat to our entire nation and way of life. Phil said, I miss the days when all we had to worry about were war thunder leaks. Right? Right? Well, and if he was in the guard stationed at Tacom, I wonder if, like, God, you could almost get better. You'd almost actually, you would actually, I wonder if you could do more damage to the United States military by providing information like that to the right people than you could just by going in somewhere like that and shooting on the place. Because realistically, I mean, like, neither one of those scenarios is good, right? Realistically, if you go into somewhere with a weapon, name it, name the place, fuck, even a school, but you go to especially an army base, right, where you know there's armed guards, okay, what kind of damage do you really hope to inflict? Kind of, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, you're just like, fucking, nah, dude, you're gonna maybe kill a handful of people, and then you're gonna get killed yourself. Like, I don't know what everyone's problem is anymore. Didn't we just make a deal with the Saudis, Houthis, and Syrians for some U.S. defense IP? I don't know, maybe. I didn't hear anything about that in particular, but that would not make a fucking bit of surprise to me. The only way I don't believe that is because you have the Saudis and the Houthis in the same sentence, and they are fucking. You'd have a better way. Like, I would have a better shot at getting my dog to quit eating cat turds than to get the Saudis and the Houthis in the same room and, like, actually come up with a plan and a deal. Yeah, Trump shaking hands and having a good time with the former branch head of Al Qaeda, right? That shit blows my mind. Yeah, he is the head of Syria now. Yeah, I saw that. But I wonder, now that Assad's gone, I mean, Assad was a bad dude. Like, let's be honest. Assad was a bad dude, right? And this dude, I don't know. This dude didn't like Assad. It's kind of like the enemy of my enemy is your enemy, I guess. I don't fucking know. Like, it just kind of. And the never forget guy suddenly forgets. Yep. I don't know, dude. Fucking geopolitics. This is where it becomes a slippery slope, though, Keith, on that, right? In the world right now, there's kind of two spheres of influence, right? There's us and the NATO alliance, right? And then there's, Russia and China and, like, the BRICS countries, right? It used to be the Warsaw Pact. Now there's, So, realistically, in the world, if you want to have global trade, if you want to have access to markets, if you want to have security guarantees, you got to align yourself with one or the other, right? And there's no way they're going to the Russians. Syria's not going to the Russians. The Russians just gassed them, or Assad did with Russian weapons, either way. So they kind of have to get in our sphere of influence if they want to have, if they want their country to succeed. If this dude is willing to fucking kind of, I don't know, if he's that unfriendly to Russia, maybe he's not a bad dude to have on. Yeah, geopolitics is a literal minefield. Absolutely it is. There's so many, like, God, I fucking hate this part of it. So, because I'm, I've said this a couple times on here. I'm a history major with political science and all that shit through college, so I'm educated in it. But it's fucking, there's no. The key to understanding geopolitics, either way, good, bad, and different, is to reach out of your comfort zone when it comes to media outlets. And take information from media outlets like Al Jazeera and RT, and RT is Russia Today, which is like the English-speaking propaganda arm of the Russian government, right? And you have to take information from those spaces too. You have to take all of the data from all the places. So many people, Americans are horrible at this on both sides. I'm not even trying to take one group or the other, but America's very divided, in case you haven't noticed, between left and right. Yeah, ground news. I was just gonna say that, Keith. I was just gonna say that you have websites now where you can go to places like ground news, but so many Americans don't. Like, they either watch Fox News or they watch like CNN or, kind of the left wing kind of arm of media. Very few people do what you're talking about. Go to somewhere like a ground news or watch like a BBC or Sky News or what's the one out of Germany? It's really good too. DW. Like, there's so many really good third party, well, let's say third party, but like Radio Free Europe is the America is that's like our version of RT. It's very propagandist towards the West. What's up, Raymond? How are you doing, buddy? So you have to take, that information too. Is that dude sitting down with the Syrian president, or is that your president, the leader of Syria? Because did they have an election? This is what sucks. So I know that dude took over Syria by force. He kicked out Assad and everything, and da-da-da-da-da. Toppled the Assad regime and took over all the bases and shit, right? I don't know if there's ever an election. There's been so much shit happening around here. We're just like, I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Phil. The Europeans don't sugarcoat things when it comes to the news. They don't. Now, if you watch European news, actually, I don't know though. Like, BBC's pretty good about staying in the middle. But I mean, they have some European news is pretty good about having their left and right kind of conservative and liberal slants on it. But for the most part, they're a whole lot more center than we are. They're a whole lot more center than we are, especially the bigger outlets and the state funded outlets. Which is weird that we as a country now don't trust state funded media. Because, Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, NPR, all those were like pretty centrist. NPR was a little bit left with some of their programming, but I mean, not really. Their news was pretty spot on. The news, especially from NPR, I would consider that to be pretty center. He says he's an interim president. The thing with interim presidents, though, in that part of the world, are they going to have an election? He's going to step down, or is he just going to be like, I'm president now? Don't like it, fuck off. That's where this minefield kind of gets into things. I don't know. Geopolitics is a fucking mess. Did anybody else see Gary sent me some stuff? Anybody else send me some cool stuff that they did that want me to talk about while we're sitting here? If not, I'll get in the hobby stuff too. It's 6:20. I think that will indicate how things will go. Me too. And here's the thing, and this is where I don't think we did Iraq right. Okay. Should we have invaded Iraq? People can go up and down, left, right, and indifferent on that. But what we shouldn't have done is played favorites in their elections. We should not have tried to sway their electoral process. We should have let them choose a leader who they wanted. And this is what I think is going to be good for Syria. Okay. Whether that dude sticks around and stays in power, whether they have an election, whether they have a coup, whether they crown this guy king, whatever, it's on them. It's completely on them. Right? We don't have, as Americans, we don't and shouldn't have a say in how their internal politics go. So, in my opinion, their organic or more organic takeover of their country from an oppressive regime. That's not mince words. Fucking Assad was very oppressive and and very shitty. So is Saddam Hussein. But though that country now has a way to express their right as a country to have whatever type of leadership they want. Period. Phil says, I'm waiting for Trump to talk to North Korea again. They will lose their shit like what they're doing about that jet from Qatar. I think that jet from Qatar is a fucking joke, dude. I think that's a step too far, even for most people. But it's whatever. It's not a fucking stretch to think that Trump is just as corrupt as anyone else when it comes in Washington. Period. To say that we could use it for Air Force One is the most asinine thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. The retrofit even if you weren't at all worried about what happens to it after Trump's 4 years, the stuff that just even the bare minimum, just to retrofit it to be able to in-flight refuel would take a year. And then that's not adding in the communications equipment. That's not adding any of the other problems. That's not adding any of the other security measures and countermeasures and everything else that's on that aircraft. Just put in a SIPR system. I guess you don't need that anymore. Fucking Hegseth will just put it in a Signal group chat and they can just fucking talk about whatever they want. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that Trump is any more or less fucking corrupt than Biden was. But you have to look at that situation. You have to look at that situation and change the name Donald Trump with Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton and see if the other side would flip out. That's my litmus test. If something is corrupt or not, is if you change the name. If you wrote a story that said Hillary Clinton just received a $400 million donation from the country of Qatar, would people lose their minds on the right? And if they would, then it's probably not kosher for them to do either. And like I said, both sides totally take advantage of the system. I'm not even trying to be like, oh, fuck Trump. Both sides do it. Let's be honest, dude. Both sides are fucking... But here's the deal. Their supporters, whatever side... Because this happens every few months. There's a huge fucking scandal like this. And that one side supporters will defend it till the fucking end. And that is wrong with how our politics have become. So, we'll have the strip thing to make it safe. Any spy equipment, any bugs, and everything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the cost of turnaround time will be bonkers. It absolutely will. And then he's going to have it. So what are they going to do? Are they going to take all the secure communications out of it? He'll be dead. He'll be dead. Honestly, the dude's almost 80 already? Give him a decade. He'll either be so dead or so senile, he'll never get to use the fucking plane. What would George Jr. do? I don't know. He's corrupt. George Jr. probably just take the plane, but here's the deal. If they wanted to do that in fucking 4 years when Trump's out of office, they would have given him a fucking plane. Nobody would have... Okay, cool. Hey, thanks for the plane. You know what I mean? He could turn around and be like, oh, I traded it for some real estate deal or some shit. Nobody would fucking bat an eye at it. He could have did it fucking 2 years ago. And nobody would have batted an eye at it. It'd have been lost in the shuffle. The thing that gets me about the whole situation right now is we have once in a lifetime problems twice a week. You know what I mean? We have these huge breaking news stories and everyone they lose their fucking minds. But it's just normal Tuesday. And they're actually surprised it's all that happened. And that's what blows my mind about this news cycle and this president and everything that's going around with it. How do people go around being outraged for that long about it? And here's the thing. I think that's why Trump does it. Because then if he's like, well, you guys are just always pissed off and outraged about everything. They don't care when we he ignores the Supreme Court 9-0, dude. When's the last time the Supreme Court had a 9-0 decision? They're like, no, you need to bring that guy back. Nah, I don't need to do that. And they're like, no. Well, call her bluff. Guys, there ain't shit we can do about it. Like, fuck, dude. And then the fucking Republicans in Congress, like, fucking Dan Crenshaw's like, okay, that's fucking gays in the bathroom. God, fucking some dude this morning on, like, I don't know. I basically only get on Facebook for this radio shit. And some dude this morning, I was at the airport and this fucking guy was wearing a face diaper. What the fuck's the matter to you, dude? What's the matter to you if that guy wants to wear a mask or not? There people wore masks before COVID too. Maybe the dude's got cancer. You know what I mean? Maybe he's got some maybe he's immunocompromised. Maybe he's sick and that's what'll make everyone else sick. The fuck difference does it make what that guy fucking does with his face? If he wants to have a mask on it, fucking have a mask on it. He's probably got some kind of mental illness. Maybe he does. Maybe he's got autism and that's what makes him feel safe. Dude, I don't fucking know, but what's it matter to you? A goddamn queer's in the bathroom. Yeah, dude has to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, I put my dick in my hand, piss in the urinal, zip up my shit, wash my hands and leave. I'm more offended when people don't wash their if some trans dude, some trans woman walked in the bathroom, fucking whips her dick out and pisses. I don't give a shit. Wash your hands when you're done. That's more offensive to me. He said, I posted about upcoming tornado forecast, and someone commented and made it political, saying that we should rely less on the government. I almost didn't get out of bed, right? What assaults are, why are people like mad at meteorologists and like the FAA and shit? That goddamn air traffic controllers are fucking bullshit, fucking sucking the government's teeth. No, dude goes to work and makes sure we don't crash. Fuck, dude. Yeah, fuck Dan Crenshaw, right? That dude's a fucking lunatic, man. Anyway, I've come off the rails. I have come off the rails again, and I've done what I didn't want to do. Now I'm going to get, fucking, you hate Trump. I don't like Trump. I don't like Trump anymore. I like Joe Biden. I don't like Joe Biden anymore. I like Trump. I don't like the system we have. I don't. And I don't think that anybody who's got half a brain in their head can look around and be like, oh, this one side is perfect, the other side it's not. It's not how this world works. So, fuck it. All right. Well, I set some stuff up. Let me do is it this one? So Gary sent me this. I'm gonna move into this. I'm gonna move into the hobby night stuff. Kind of got off the rope a little bit. Gary sent me this, like, it looks like a castle thing that he made. Right? It's going to be a table. He's making a table for his wife, and it's got this, like, lighthouse kind of situation going on. It's fucking cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. It's like and it looks like epoxy. And Heath, you're supposed to send me some pictures of you fishing, dude. What's up? So send me some. Are you not catching any fish or what? Come on, dude. Send me some fish pictures. Anyway, yeah, it's got like an epoxy table and has this lighthouse thing on it. And I don't know. I know he does a lot of woodwork stuff. He sent him some woodwork stuff in the past. And it appears that it's going to be embedded in this table, and I'm really excited to see it. Yeah, right, James. That is fucking awesome. That is cool to me. I think the stuff that I do is pretty neat, but there's no way I could do that. That is amazing. And I wonder if that. I wish he was on tonight. I was hoping he'd come on. I don't know, like, if that is. Oh, there, Gary. Did you build the whole house and lighthouse and everything, or did you buy like a kit and assemble it, or how did you do that? You need to let me know that. I'm very curious on that, because either way, it's super cool. You sent me this earlier, and I was floored, dude. This is awesome. Excuse the messy garage, dude. You can't even walk through my garage. What are you talking about? Can I have a graduation there in like a week and a half? Yeah, that's amazing. That's so cool. And you've made some other. I'm going to show some of the other stuff that you sent in as well, if you don't mind. You made this table too. You got the plans and you cut everything. Okay, so it comes in. So you cut up like quarter-inch plywood or something like that, or something thin like a balsa wood. You just drop something in Discord. Oh shit. Let me look, Keith, because I'm not sure how to get it from Discord. Need to create a hobby channel. I did. You know what I need to do, Keith? I need to make you like an admin on there because I don't know how to do that. I thought I did. Or did I just sort of plywood? Okay, tight. General. Dude, that's fucking tits. Yeah, that's fire, dude. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Bam. We're gonna do it the hard way. We are gonna do it the hard way, buddy. I'm gonna screenshot it. So if it looks like shit because I screenshotted it, I'm sorry. Bam. Done. Saved photos. It's gonna take me fucking forever. All right. So while we're doing this, I'm gonna switch over to. I added a bunch of planes that I did. Let me see if I can find it. Models. So this is a bunch of stuff that I've done. These are little tanks and planes that I've built. These are all ones that I've built. The last time we did this was February 12th. And these are all ones I've completed since February 12th. So there's couple aircraft, couple tanks. I can actually work on tanks at work. Hey, did you check it out? I did. Is it the one you sent me, James? If you sent it to me, I checked it out. It's hard for me on Discord because I'm not that good at it yet. If that makes, I'm horrible at it. I should get better at that at Discord. I'm so bad. All right, so now I have it on there. Yeah, dude, I kind of suck at Discord. I need someone to like help me out on there, like James or Keith or some shit. You can like fucking, I'll make you like admins. You guys can help set that shit up. Cause I thought I did, but I just set it up as like threads or some shit. Cause I'm not very good. Let's see here. Set a photo. Save images. All right. Yeah. So anyway, these are all shits that I've built. As they cycle through, they cycle through faster than I did on Gary's because I got more pictures. He's supposed to send me some picture shows, dude. God, I'm bad at this job. Yeah, the Penmo is the owner, and I think they're part of the Army esports team or involved. Some of these to play Escape from Tarkov back in the day. Yeah. And back to that. So, James kind of was just explaining a little bit in the chat, but it's a Discord server that is like a gamer server. Is it from the Army esports team, or just that dude's part of it, or what? Dude, Gary, those are way. Oh, we have a big space shuttle. Keith, yes, build a space shuttle and send it. I would love it. I would love it. Let me try. This is that one. So this is Keith. You built that. You designed this, right? And that is. Let me go back to Discord. You kind of explained it. So it's a variant cover for a Kickstarter that you helped with. I don't have the You don't have the patience. Let me go. Because I feel like I'm being slightly disingenuous with my stuff. Let me go put it back up. Let me go back to myself. I'll put your poster back up in a second, Keith. But I feel like I'm being slightly disingenuous with that because I'm not saying that I'm not saying the ones I do are easy or not time consuming. Okay, but there are different there's like different levels of complexity. So let me pull up main real quick. All right, I'm gonna get something. I want to show you something. So like this little guy here, this is a little Panzer II that I built. Okay, it's super cheap. It was like $20. Okay, and this is one of the first ones I built when I got back into. So like most people, when I was a kid, I used to build scale models, right? The tracks are rubber bands. They're not actual rubber bands. They're called rubber band tracks, but they're just like they come as one solid strip of rubber and you just glue them together. Like you can look like they're not even. It's not even painted right. I don't even have it up. I don't even have you up right now. So this little guy, little Panzer II, right? And the tracks are like little rubber bands. I don't know if you can see that, but they're not like real. Some of the ones now, they're individual tracks, right? Yeah, we have the budget for the good stuff. But let me this whole thing. I don't know. It's pretty cool, right? Came together pretty good. I painted it with, I painted the tan with just some desert tan spray paint I had from, I don't know, building a duck blind or some shit. The wheels, I actually colored the black in the wheels. I colored with a Sharpie. The front, there's a little wheel on the front, didn't paint it. And then the little green and brown camo I put on it, I did when I first got my airbrush. And if you look at this whole thing, it's very inaccurate. It's just done. Right? I didn't even mount half the fucking shit to it. The little shovels and shit supposed to go on. I didn't even do that. I didn't detail paint any of that stuff. I just stuck it on there and called it good. The little return rollers, I didn't paint the black on them. Really, it kind of looks like shit if you look close at it. And I've been building these now. I got back into modeling 3 years ago. 3 years ago. So that's one of the first ones I did when I got back into modeling. And now they've evolved into this. Helped a friend out a couple years ago with a piece he did for a competition, Glowforge Blaze. Yeah. And see, and this is where two things on that. Okay. One, firstly, you don't have to make them perfect. They're art. Nobody's if you don't finish it right or do the right color scheme or you don't have the pieces to do it right or you leave some of the details off. Okay, that one is on screen right now, that Bearcat. There's a bunch of little stencils and shit add fuel here. I didn't put that fucking on. You can't even see them in real life. You can't even see them on the model. They're the size. They're literally smaller than a pencil eraser. I'm not putting that shit on there. Fuck you. You won't even be able to tell. If I was going to have a competition, I would. But these are for my enjoyment. This is what I do for fun. This is what I do to get. And that's what I'm trying to show you guys. You guys can do whatever. Yep. Nobody ever said ever. That's right. That is the first, Gary said the first scroll saw thing he did. Nobody ever notices your mistakes. And that's exactly right. Musa, he sent in some cool stuff. How you doing, buddy? I'm great. I'm fucking awesome. But the goal of having a hobby like that isn't perfection. I look good from a distance. Yeah. And that's half the stuff I build looks great on the internet. If you hold it and look at it in person, you're I don't know, this is kind of weird. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of it I do just to get myself out of my own head. I mean, I struggle with mental health. I think most people do. But that's the real goal of having a hobby is to help and it could be fucking anything. It could be collecting something, it could be destroying things. There's a guy in one of my little model groups. He buys the cheapest, and he's always asking for donations of that little tank I just showed you. That one, it's all fucked up. That the one of the first ones I built. He's always looking for shit like that. He takes them and blows them the fuck up. Like, that's what he fucking shoots and blows them up. That's what he likes to do. He builds them. He doesn't bother painting them. He just buys like cheap fucking $20 tanks, fills them full of tannerite, blows them up. Yeah, hobbies are fun, and it's not just a fun thing. It gets you out of your head a little bit. It helps you kind of relax and just kind of gets you out of that headspace for just a second. And I think that's what's important about it, is not necessarily to lock you into that, but kind of to get you out of where you're at. And that's why I'm like, yeah, it's a release. That's right, Gary. And whether it's fishing or designing something or building something or sketching things, playing video games, playing on your phone. Like, I think with the world being the way the conversation we had earlier in the show about basically the world going to hell in a handbasket in a way. Your life, okay, whether Trump takes a new jumbo jet or not, that has no real effect on my life. Right? What it is a distraction. But I can do this. I can distract myself. I don't need to get on CNN.com and figure out all the dumb shit Trump did today, or fucking, I don't need to fucking get on Fox News and hear about how shitty the Democrats are. I didn't do any of that. Who's likes fixing broken things? Yeah. Because then you get a sense of accomplishment. When I start a little tank or a little armored car or a little plane, whatever it is, when I first started, it comes in a box full of like little pieces. And then I glue those little pieces together and I feel like I accomplished something. And I feel like I did something good for me. And that sense of accomplishment helps lift me up. It helps get me out of a dark place or a shit place that I've been. You can always tell when my mental health's going to shit because I'll fucking pump out a bunch of tanks and shit. And I can actually work on that's why I've been doing so many tanks lately, because I need to work on tanks at work. So I've got like 3 more in my garage that need finished painted. They just weren't ready for tonight. So like, and some people make memes. You know what I mean? Some people make some bullshit memes or whatever. Or some people talk shit on the internets. Whatever your release is, I hope it's a healthy release. Mountain biking, riding a motorcycle, fucking see them Android tanks. What much fun to roll them. Yeah, I thought about building one. They have these tanks that are like, are you talking about like the big like 1/16 scale ones that like shoot real BBs and shit? Yeah, I thought about building a couple of those. Or doing like, but once you get into ones that are powered and move on their own, they're fucking expensive. So, but that's just the joy of it a little bit. To just, I don't know, just to fucking get it right. I don't know, dude, just to be done. I don't know. I like doing them. Can you look at your messages for me, please, sir? Possibly. Where'd you send a message to, Alexander? If you send it to, you're on Facebook. If you send it to U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments, and I cannot, because I don't have their. I'm the. Oh, I'm just a. Yeah, dude, I don't know who you sent it to, but I don't. If you didn't send it to Radar or you didn't send it to U.S. Army if you send it to U.S. Army WTF Moments, I don't have that. I'm really sorry. I have WTF Nation Radio if you send it to the radio page, but I don't. Let me see where you're at. I can check. Reply. No, I can't tell. So, if you send it to US Army WTF Moments, that goes to a group of admins, and they will respond to you when they get it. They're usually pretty quick. They usually respond within an hour. If it's an emergency, please get with someone local because they do take a little bit. Are you? I can possibly get in contact with them. If you send it to US Army WTF Nation Radio, I can get to it quicker. But I'm just like the radio on-air contact guy. We have a public affairs team that deals with messages for the station, for US Army WTF Moments, and I don't have access to that. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Alexander, I wish I can't. I'm sorry, dude. I really can't help. I wish I could. I really do. I just don't have. I don't have that. I can send them a Facebook message, but it's probably not going to get to them any faster than what you did. But if you want them to do a post or something for your buddy, if you have a news article or something, you can send that in with it, and they can post that. So, thank you. I'm sorry. Like I said, sorry. I'm sorry I can't help you more, but that's what we can do. Sorry. It's what I can personally do. I'm not that important. Sorry. Anyway, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry you lost your friend, dude. That sucks. Well, I took the win out of myself. I feel badly now. I'm really sorry. I was talking about shit mental health. But I think it's important for all of us to find some sort of release. And I don't know, a healthy release. Whether it be, I got a really good buddy of mine. She was in the Navy. And she had I'm not going to tell her story, but she had a lot of problems in the Navy with a lot of problems that I think a lot of females in the military have problems with. That's a good way to put it. And she still is. She's a really good friend of mine, one of my best. And she took up CrossFit. And different types of working out, and she's a beast. She's a fucking beast. She's one of those gals. She's like, if she's 5'1", that's pushing it. She has, in a way, said that she's going to be as powerful as she can, so people don't take advantage of her, and I understand that. But I think that her release being working out is a good lesson for a lot of people, because if you can do that, you can really make your mental health in a better spot. It actively, I know people say working out, it releases endorphins and does all that other shit too, but it also really helps if you feel that you are in a position where you don't have power. That's one way to get that power back, is through physical. My wife swears by sunshine and physical activity. If I'm down, go outside and ride your bike. Go for a walk. Go get sunshine and physical activity. Like the other day, she took me to I was in a way, we went to fucking Devil's Tower and like walked like 3 miles around the base of Devil's Tower. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of lovely wife that I have. She is great for that stuff. She's, take care of yourself, and the mental health follows. And I think there is something to that. And I think it's important that, when we talk about different ways to look at our mental health, we sometimes ignore our physical health. And that's also a part of it. I think we need to make sure we're taking care of both of those aspects of our lives, physical and mental health. And as we look at kind of what we get and want out of life, that puts us in a better spot. When you have that ready-made, I'm not going to say routine, but I think it's too easy to get sucked into like phones and the depressive nature of our society and our fucking news cycle and everything. I think it's too easy to get sucked into that, and that compounds that mental health problem that I have. But I have things I can do for release, and there's so many of us who don't. And we turn to things like, and I'm not even saying don't drink beers. I'm not saying don't drink beers. People turn to drugs and alcohol and shit like that as a self-medication instead of as a recreation. Can a person go to the top of Devil's Tower? Yes, but you gotta climb it. And it's no fucking joke. But yeah, people can climb. You can climb it. I think you have to take like a little test when you get there, or I don't know how rock climbing works. If you get like a card that says you're like qualified to do it or not, I don't know. I'm not even close. I'm short and fat. Like legally, yeah, all you have to do is sign a release. You can climb it. People do it all the time. There's people there the other day doing it. So, yeah, it's actually a pretty popular. I think it's a lot of like big climbers. That's like a bucket list thing for them. So, but yeah, if you're a good enough rock climber, you can climb it. It's like a fucking sheer granite fucking face. But yeah, there's people on like YouTube and shit that climb it. I've never done it because I'm not that. Don't do crack. Yeah. But I think, Phil, like, I think that people do that. I think when people get to that, it's not like people are like, oh, it's a disease. I think it's more than that. It's more. I think drugs are more than just like a disease. People like throw that. It's just a disease. I think it's more that they're trying to drown out whatever's going on in their brain, and that's how they do it. Oh, you better plan to come down. Going up's not the hardest part. Coming down is. You know what? Yeah, I believe that. I've never. I went to Mountain Warfare Training School, and this was fucking 20-some years ago, dude. And we didn't climb anything like a Devil's Tower. We climbed like not even like a cliff, dude. It wasn't much of a climb into it. You know what I mean? That was, oh God, that was kind of a joke. Those guys that do shit, I've never really had any desire to be a mountain climber. And we have a ton of climbers around here. We really do. But that's just not something I've been prepared to do. So that's not a radar thing, man. Maybe someday, but not today. No, probably never. I'd be lying if I said, yeah, I'm going to do this shit now. Nope. No radar. He ain't doing that shit. Oh, my back's killing me. Speaking of that, dude, I can't even sit in a fucking chair for an hour. Could you imagine my fat ass climbing up a fucking Devil's Tower? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave with that. My wife sent me she took a super cool picture. Gotta find it. My wife took this awesome picture of Devil's Tower, and I want to share it with you guys because it was good. Devil's Tower is a cool place. If you've never been there, you should absolutely go to Devil's Tower. It's our first national monument, and it is really cool. All right, oops, I'm on the wrong thing. Obviously, why would I be on the right thing? That sounds fucking dumb. Devil's Tower. I want to go back to Devil's Tower. Oh, cool thing about Devil's Tower too. If you go to Devil's Tower, you can go and get in for free if you are a veteran. Oh, Sports Bar, what's up, buddy? What's going on, man? Fucking Coach is here. Should have been here earlier, buddy. You could show me some of your cool fucking shoes. I don't know if you're still doing those or not. I assume you are. But I haven't seen any shoes lately. Do 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 do. Oh, I gotta find it. There it is. Got time for me to show some off? If you... No, I'm not even set up on that, dude. I'm not even set... I don't even have fucking... I don't have my shit up. Do they have food trucks at Devil's Tower? Maybe. No. Because it's federal. Texas thrift stores offering 15% discount for veterans. Nice. Nice. You do. All right, I gotta find. Let's do it here. Bam. Browse. All right, so this is. This is the photo my wife took of Devil's Tower. I love it. I don't think you get a better picture of that. I mean, you probably could get the exact same picture because it's still there. It's the flag outside. So if when you go to Devil's Tower is about a 20-minute drive off Interstate 90. And like we take the back way because we're locals and we know all the little back shortcuts and shit. So we took kind of the long road, got lunch and hung out and roll up there, and you drive in, and there's like there's a gift shop and campground at the base of it, and then you drive around it, or you drive up to it, and then there's another like a ranger station up top, and that's where the climbing thing is. You know what, Gary? It's that picture doesn't even make it. That picture doesn't even like. It's so big when you get up to it. Like pictures do not do Devil's Tower justice. And the more you drive and drive and drive and drive, the bigger and bigger and bigger it gets until it's huge. Each one of those like pillars is like 30 feet around. They're huge, man. When you get up to, I couldn't imagine. When you see people climbing it, they're like little ants climbing. You barely tell. People wear bright colors. That's the only way you tell that there's people climbing it. It's awesome. It's huge, dude. But that's from the little ranger station there. And they have like, there's actually, that's kind of a gift shop too. They have some gift shop stuff, and there's some water and shit. But yeah, it's around the base is like, is it 2.8 or 3.2 miles? But it's kind of hard to tell. So the base of it, like there's giant rocks and shit that have fallen down over the years. So what Devil's Tower is, it's the core. Let me go back to it. It's the core of an ancient volcano, right? And so, like, if you can kind of tell how tall those trees are, those are closer, but those are still probably 60-foot trees. And then you got, like, there's giant boulders at the bottom of it. And so you have to, like, climb through the boulder field to get to the thing. So around the boulder field around it is, like, 3 miles, give or take. It's either 2.8 or 3.2. And there's two different trails. One's more like undulating, that's right up on the boulders, so it's a shorter distance, but there's a lot more kind of up and down. The other one's just kind of like a gravel shop that... Coach says he has this Poshmark shop I can show you, restored all of them. Yeah, dude, send it to me in a message and I'll share it. And if you've got some pictures, go ahead and throw them on there. I'll share them. Those are cool. There's so many access. I should look. I'm not sure how that works. Let me look. I'm really curious. How many people die climbing Devil's Tower? Boom. In Devil's Tower, over 100-year history of climbing, there have been 7 climbing deaths. The most recent fatality occurred in September of 24 when a climber died after falling while descending. Yep, Musa, you're right. It's coming down. It's coming down. She was descending, died. Dead. Oh. Huh. like the first people to climb it ever, like there's pictures in the little thing of it. They built a giant wooden ladder. They took local trees and like cut them down and then like fucking formed this ladder. And that's how they climbed to the top of it. And there's like snakes and rodents and birds' nests on top of it. And like prairie grasses and cactuses and shit. So now that's how many people have died. I don't know how many accidents. How many people have accidents? Oh, just same answer. Oh. There's been 4 climbing fatalities on Devil's Tower and 3 in the last 5 years. Wow. And 6,000 people have completed the summit as of last year when there was that fatality. It said 6,000 people have officially summited. Huh. The climber was identified as 21-year-old Stuart Philip Porter of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and rappelling off the second pitch of El Crack Diablo when he fell. El Crack Diablo. Oh, tight. Sorry, I had to switch apps. Yeah, dude, that sucks. I hate it. So, sports bar descendant shower. He shared his Poshmark page for his shoes. Joe's Closet. Dang. So you got 6 pairs done now, you said? That's what it says on here, so I'm guessing 6 that you've tried to, that you have for sale. 3 have sold, 2 have sold. Hey, those are awesome. Yeah, that's really cool, man. Oh. I was going to check the cut sheet. I checked it before the show. Oh, that's not tomorrow. I need to start wrapping it up, dude. My fucking back is killing me. Oh, I can go back for Devil's Tower. Those are the last 5 or 6 he restored. How many have you done total, Coach? How many have you done total? That's the question. Is how many has he done total? No. Oh. He's got more than he throw up tomorrow. Nice. So yeah, if you want a pair of restored Jordans, get on fucking Coach's shit. I'll share it. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I would parachute down. That's actually a wonderful idea. You just got to get past the rocks. You have to get past the rocks. Bam. Yeah. I'm gonna. Coach? Can I share it on my radar page? Would you get mad if I shared that on radar? Because I want to share it. 30 or so? You've done 30 or so total? Or you've bought 30 or so that you're doing? That's... Ooh. So... I would have to like leave this room to do it. But maybe I'll do that for the next time when we actually do. We'll probably do this again in a couple of months. Get some more people to get their shit done and send it in. And now summertime's too. I know summertime's got some cool hobbies that people do. Paddleboarding or surfing or fishing. But if we can have some more stuff going on, that'd be cool. That'd be super cool. And you guys could like, share some shit, hang out. Anyway. They say there's 2 hobbies to models, scale models. There's buying models and building models. And I think I've built somewhere in the neighborhood of about 50. I've built about 50 models in the last 3 years or so, 2.5, 3 years. But I've probably bought, I think I have about 50 more that I haven't even touched. And I have ready for, that have paint on them, some stage of paint, whether it be like final painting and weathering, or ready for decals, or just primed upstairs, because I have to paint in the garage because it does stink. I get that. Might as well let me have them in the house. So let's see. But I have like 6 in different stages of painting, and then I have like the 50 or so behind me on the different shelves and put away. And I've given some away too, and I've broke some that I threw away. And he said you restored some you sold. Oh, you restored about 30 or so. Some sold. Kept 11 of them so far. 2 are on my shelf for parts. Parts? What kind of parts? How do you? I'm not even gonna ask. Huh? I'll just sold on Marketplace and offer up. Oh, that's crazy, man. Oh shit! It's 7. Dude, I gotta get out of this fucking chair. I gotta be done. My back's killing me. That's one thing they don't tell you about having a knee replacement. It fucks your back up more than your knee is fixed. Anyway, I really do appreciate everyone showing up tonight, hanging out, shooting the shit. According to the sheet, we don't have any guests coming up anytime soon. So, we have, so next week I should be able to be here. Next week, my daughter's graduating high school, and there's it's like the last week of school is next week for them, and there's a bunch of different stuff planned like all through the week. And I'm pretty sure there's nothing on Wednesday, but I need to double check before I say, yeah, I'll be here. But I'm planning on being here. Looks like TZ won't be back till beginning of next month. So a couple more weeks later. So, but it's all good. It's all gravy, baby. So tomorrow is Wednesday, which is Sergeant's time with Ice and Spanky. They'll be talking about all things sergeanting, National Guard, Active Duty Reserve, talking about some crazy shit. They'll probably be talking about that story that I read earlier about the dude with the National Guard trying to shoot the place. Friday night and Saturday night, let's see, I get paid this week, so it's sports. They're doing the game nights, right? Where those will be on. And then Sunday nights, the sports bar, they'll be talking about some cool shit, probably talking about NBA playoffs they're going on. Talking about NHL playoffs they be going on. WNBA's firing up, so everyone's excited about some Caitlin Clark action. Angel Reese missing some threes. It'll be fun. And then let's see, Monday is the Monday edition, aptly named because it's the edition that happens every Monday. Be there. I used to be hanging out, shooting the shit. Ice and Massey, having a good time. And then Tuesday, Pop Culture Warrior with CQ. Send it to the old man. Good chance. I'm sure, dude, that's a pretty good story. I'm sure we'll talk about it. And then let's see, after Pop Culture Warrior on Tuesday is me, Radar, right here, same bad time, same bad channel, shooting the shit with you in the smoke pit every Wednesday. I love it. I love this show. I love you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the little bit of spring weather we have before it turns 1,000 degrees. Enjoy it. Go fishing, go golfing, go outside, get fresh air and sunshine, feel better about your lives. Enjoy your hobbies. If you don't have a hobby, find one. Find one. I'll help you find one. I tell you what, if you need, reach out. I'll send you a beginner model kit with little nips and some glue so you can get started. Something like that. 70% of the world's covered by water. The other 30% is covered by Angel Reese rebound on her own missed layups. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, do you see that shit? I'm not trying to steal your thunder. Do you see that shit though? When there's a reporter asked her, and they're like, a year ago they said that people weren't just watching Caitlin Clark, and like her press secretary was like, no, moving on, please. Oh, Angel Reese. Angel Reese. She's a something. I talk shit. Do you know, in all fairness, she's better at basketball than I am. So I don't know who the fuck I'm joking. She's better than I am. I just don't get paid to do it. Either way, above my pay grade. But I do. I love it. I love you guys being here. Thank you so very much for hanging out tonight. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see everyone next week. We're gonna leave you out with Turnpike Troubadour to Southeastern Sun. So thanks so much for being here. Shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Well, I guess I was born with a gun in my hand. We'd walk the big clear cuts in the pine timberland. Well, the army man told me that I could defend the free. Oh, and draw me a paycheck and get a tech school degree. I said, hey now, Sergeant, that sure does sound fine. Well, the sawmill ain't hiring. Tell me, where do I sign? Won't you light a lantern for me? I'll be gone, but not long. Won't you keep a candle burning? Won't you leave the porch light on? Well, my hands are still steady, and they still hold a gun. And this is the suit of a soldier for your southeastern sun. Well, tell Mom not to worry, if she's taking it hard. Never thought I'd see action back when I joined the Guard. Well, all this will be over more later than soon. As I wrote in a letter beneath the big Afghan